Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of GamerCade. Today I wanted to bring you some awesome news, something that means a lot to me as a gamer, and I grew up on these type of games in this franchise. Tony Hawk Returns exclusive first look from GameInformer today. I've been super excited about this. I wanted to talk to you guys all day, but I'm finally getting the chance to. Been really busy, but it's been on my mind a lot. Like, man, I can't wait. I can't wait for Tony Hawk. So, they go on to say that putting to rest months of cryptic tweets from Tony Hawk, Activision developer Robomoto and Disruptive Games have officially announced Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5, a return to the classic gameplay of the series. Now this is cool because for the last couple of years, Tony Hawk has been tweeting, he's been talking about it in interviews, all kinds of stuff, and he never really officially announced Tony Hawk until now, pretty much. Like, it's actually official. There's always been like leaks, like a caterer at some kind of Activision event where they did show Tony Hawk. Apparently, he seen it and all that info, and he just like, who expect this caterer? I guess there's a lot of gamers out there who really knows. Could be a fan of the Tony Hawk franchise as myself. So he sees this, and he gets it out to everybody. So it's pretty much everyone knew about it, but it wasn't official. So who really know if he was making up anything? But I don't know. It's just finally here, on concrete, and I can't wait to hear more. Maybe E3 around the corner. But they go on to say the game is slated to come out on PlayStation 4, Xbox One later in the year, with PS3 and Xbox 360. I can't even talk. There's 6 of them. Xbox 360 versions following shortly thereafter. Now, me personally, I think they should stick with PS1, Xbox One, or PS4, Xbox One, getting them swapped there, and keep last gen out of it. I think they should stick with the newer gen and just focus on the future. And even throw it on PC. I don't know why they wouldn't, because Tony Hawk Pro Skater HD was on PC, I believe, and that game was great, but it wasn't the best. And Robomoto did an awesome job of taking the Tony Hawk franchise, remastering it with the Unreal Engine 3, and doing a little bit of their own little twist on it in a way. And it felt a little different from the original, but it was nice, though. It was nice, but it didn't feel complete. There really wasn't enough content there. But I'll save that for another video. The Xbox 360 and the PS3 version will follow shortly after. So we'll see what they say, maybe E3 or something coming up here in the near future. But it says, as the name indicates, Pro Skater 5 is a callback to the old school lineage of the first 4 titles, back when the franchise was in its prime. The game weds a series, finely tuned gameplay with the new additions such as power-ups, the ability to shoot projectiles for specific missions. We'll get to that in a second. Okay, with them saying Pro Skater 5 is awesome, because 1, 2, 3, and 4 was my shit. And I loved the original gameplay. They never really took much out of it. I mean, they'll add a couple things here and there, but it was the same in a way, but they would find a way to innovate it and make it even better. And don't get me wrong, I loved Tony Hawk Underground 1 and 2. Those were fabulous games. Story-wise, it was great. We got our story in there. Now, Tony Hawk 1, 2, 3, and 4 was more about the gameplay, not much of the story. So it was always like about your skill in the game, getting the objectives done, and moving on to the next level, like the high score, pro score, collect skate, the videos and all that. Now, the Tony Hawk Underground 1 and 2 is more story oriented. They did have objectives and stuff, but it was more about the story and, getting farther in the game to progress the story and then finish it eventually. And they did have online, which is really cool as well. And I believe online was announced in 3, but it didn't do as much as 1 and 2. And then Wasteland was great as well, which was also a more story-oriented game. And then Proving Ground, which continued 1 and 2 Underground. And then they moved on to Ride, and that was just a disaster. Catered to the casuals Activision, right? With a little board underneath you. It felt tacked on, and it wasn't Tony Hawk as we know it. So for them to go back to Pro Skater 5, it just warms me up. And I'm just like, yes, I love Tony Hawk. It's just cool, and I'm excited for Robomoto to take on this objective, and I think they could do a great job. But now we're going to move on to such as power-ups and the ability to shoot projectiles during certain missions. The power-ups, hopefully it's like a speed boost, a flip boost, I don't know, maybe slow motion or something. Nothing too cheesy, because in Shaolin Skateboarding they had it to where you had this like I don't know how to say it, this line thing. It would like raise you up on balconies and you can grind and then float across the open world. I don't know. Super cheesy and it was really bad. Don't do that, Robomoto. Please. Don't do that, I'm telling you now. But the ability to shoot projectiles in specific missions sounds cool. I like how they put specific missions. So I'm not saying you can shoot projectiles each mission. And I'm hoping you're not walking around with some kind of gun. Unless it's like a squirt gun, you're, a pedestrian, you're shooting them up. Or some kind of tennis gun, shooting tennis balls. Tony Hawk's always had that crazy sense of humor. So that would be cool, I guess. Let me know what you guys think about the power-ups and ability to shoot projectiles for specific missions. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts down below. And moving on to the article, it says Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5 features a new set of levels packed with objectives, missions you can complete solo with friends via online co-op and competitive play. That's cool. Whether you just want to have a session with friends or strangers or want to level up your character online then take them offline, the game's online flow is seamless. Your created skate parks can also be shared with the world. First thing, the whole seamless thing sounds awesome, and the co-op objective sounds really cool. Now I'm wondering if it's just like online objectives only. You can't have your friends join you in the career, unless they have like specific career objectives. You can do co-op, cooperative with buddies or friends. I mean, that would be cool. I'm glad it's seamless, so it's probably like drop in and drop out. And I'm glad they have competitive play as well. That sounds really good. Now the whole created skate parks thing is cool because my friends would have to come over to play mine. Now they don't. They can just download mine. I can download theirs. So I can see that, they're taking the whole skate feature. They implemented that in there, and that was awesome. So I'm glad they're doing that this time because the Tony Hawk Pro Skater had an awesome skate park builder. It was fabulous. The last little part of the article says Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5, of course, brings back Tony Hawk. He's joined by some of the series' familiar faces, as well as new generation of skaters influenced by the original Original titles skaters include Nigel Houston, Aaron Homoki, Ashad Ware, Riley Hawk, Lizzie Armato, Chris Cole, David Gonzalez, Letitia Buffani, and Andrew Reynolds. There's a few you guys might not know there if you're not familiar with skateboarding, but I will tell you and let you know now, they're awesome. This lineup looks great. And I hope they add unlockable characters like Spider-Man, an Amazing Spider-Man, Darth Maul's cool, like in the classics. Those are awesome characters. And Robomoto, even in the HD remake, had the robot, their mascot, which is really cool. He was a nice addition. I actually liked playing him. He had some cool abilities and special moves. Yeah, guys, that's about it. I'll put the link in the description below where you guys can come and check out all the screenshots. They have a bunch. And there's more down below you guys can check out. So there's not just the ones in the article. Make sure you scroll all the way down and check those out. But that's pretty much it for now. Let me know what you guys think about the whole online projectiles and all that. And the characters, what kind of characters you would want in the game. I can go on and on all day. But anyways, I appreciate you guys stopping by. Make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you game on. And until next time, you guys stay classy.